and gentlemen, let's go. We ain't got no time to waste. Let's go. You are now listening to Jason Anderson, and you are in the zone.
You're in the zone with Jason Anderson on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Brought to you by Guaranteed Foods, official sponsor of Family Mealtime. Enjoy healthier food, more free time, free delivery, and better value. Go to GuaranteedFoods.com.
All right, a Tuesday edition of The Zone right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Jason Anderson with you, Josh Briscoe, Dylan Michaels. We head up until 2 o'clock the next 4 hours. We've got you. Adam Teicher will join us at 11 o'clock. Todd Lebo at noon. Some Fact or Fiction with Todd. We will hang out with Braden Gall coming up about 1:20 or so. Some college football with our college football insider from ESPN Radio and Athlon Sports. Get his thoughts on a big one coming up this weekend with the Kansas Jayhawks and the Oklahoma Sooners. Coming up Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning. 10-point dogs are the KU Jayhawks. That one on Big Fox. So the Fox morning, the Fox edition of College Game Day.
Big 11 o'clock kickoff.
That's right. Fox Big 11. That's right. The big noon Eastern, Big 11 on Fox. And then K-State and Houston, same time on ESPN2. Not as big of a matchup as K-State favored by 17.5 now. So they shouldn't have an issue taking care of Houston, even though Houston looked pretty good against Texas. But I think K-State's getting Houston at the right time because Houston had that comeback. They put a lot into that game against Texas. Finally getting to play Texas. We want to play Texas. Texas ain't going to play you, dude. We want to play Texas. Texas ain't playing you. You finally get to play Texas. And you had them. You had them right there, man. You had them. And you let them get away. And now you got to bounce back from that and go to K-State that's figuring it out. And is playing really good football right now. So I like the Cats minus the points. I like the Cats big in this one. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll talk with Braden Gall about that, and then we'll get his thoughts on Georgia, Florida, which is a big one coming up this weekend, as it will then lead into Missouri and Georgia. And we have not seen a Georgia team without Brock Bowers yet since his injury, so they had the bye. So we'll see what Georgia looks like without one of the best weapons in America on that team, with a quarterback that's still sort of finding his footing and his place at Georgia after you had the 10-year run.
You know the spread.
Do
You know the spread in that one?
Missouri and Georgia?
No, the Florida-Georgia line.
So Braden Gall will join us at 1:20. And then tonight we've got Game 7 of the NLCS. It is the Diamondbacks and Phillies. The Phillies do bleed at home. We know that. He's not a machine. He's a man. The Phillies, the Diamondbacks cut the Phillies right below the eye. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. We'll see who can bounce back. But Philadelphia, 3-3 tonight, Game 7 at 7 o'clock. That's after she's on the mic with Bethany Bowman. Comes up at 6 o'clock after the program with Sarin Petro. So we've got that for you right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. A couple of back-to-back Game 7s for the championship series. Hopefully tonight's game has a little more drama to the actual game. Game 7s are great. The drama sort of went out the window when Dusty Baker was like, we still got tomorrow, right? There's a Game 8 tomorrow.
Rest up for Game 8, fellas.
Even if we lose this one, it's not a big deal because I need my guys rested. So I'm going to just leave J.P. France in the game to face batter after batter and give up a hit and another hit and a double and a run scored and another run scored and another run scored, and now he's given up 4 runs in 1 inning in a Game 7. Well, let's bring in somebody else. Let's see what happened. Did somebody wake up Dusty Baker? Did he hit the alarm? Did he hit the snooze button? Because that's what he was doing. The game was over. Like that was that was incredible. Like it's Game 7. There's no tomorrow. It's Johnny Holstaff. As soon as you see your guy didn't have it, get him the hell out. I mean, Aaron Nola struck out the first 3 batters in Game 6 in the first inning. And in the second inning, he started to lose it. They had somebody up in the second inning of Game 6. They could still lose that game, which they did, and then play tonight. And the Phillies had somebody up warming in the second inning after one of the best postseason pitchers we've seen in the last couple of years just went 1, 2, 3, strikeout, and they were ready to go in the second inning. So Dusty Baker saying that he's going to, figure out something else to do, maybe step away. I think he did that in the third inning last night. That's when he finally decided that he was no longer managing baseball because that game was over at that point. That was just an odd. We can talk a little bit about that. The Rangers win on the road in Houston. The Astros' inability to win at home is just odd. It's strange. And there's no more trash cans around the area, so maybe that's the difference. I don't know. They've won a World Series since then. I know.
And good for them. We can all agree. We're really happy
right.
the Astros got to hoist that hunk of metal.
Oddly enough, all the trash cans made it to Ann Arbor. That's weird.
They stole all the trash
Why
cans? That
are
doesn't
they-
make any sense.
Yeah, Michigan State throwing a changeup would actually be scoring a point.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to worry about it. Michigan State's fastball is punting. I think you're good, man. So yeah, we'll talk a little baseball. The Rangers winning and sort of how they were built. And is there a connection that besides Dayton Moore and Kershaw, that the Royals could mimic of what the Rangers have done?
Do you just want my one Royals Rangers joke? A friend of mine was tweeting last night about that connection. About, man, look at where the Rangers are and how quickly they got here.
Would you say, well, only if the Royals had some sort of a connection? Or
No, I just think good teams imitate, great teams steal. Go find somebody in that Rangers organization, maybe someone who's built a World Series winner in the last decade, and
True.
bring them to Kansas City to really oversee this rebuild.
That would be great. They should
If
do
only
that.
there was a guy like that.
Yeah. And then while he's on his way, if you could pack the backpack full of cash that the Rangers are spending there, and their TV network deal that's $60 million more than the Royals every
It's
single year.
No, Jason, it's exactly the same.
Put those $10,000 wads of cash just in the backpack. The 25,000 duffel bags
Right.
filled with $10,000 rolls, and bring that on over with them. And a new television deal and all that, and it'll be the exact same.
Chris Young part's cool. That is objectively just a cool, fun baseball story.
Sure.
That's not what we're talking about.
Absolutely. 913-912-4810. Let's get into the news that came down yesterday that has changed. If you are just joining or had not seen the updated information on Justin Ross's arrest. So yesterday, originally, he was arrested. The booking report had it listed as criminal property damage. The first one had it listed as greater than $25,000. Then that was amended to criminal property damage misdemeanor, because criminal property damage felony greater than $1,000, less than $25,000. So the comparison we could have had was, well, Willie Gay had criminal property damage that he was arrested for, which was a misdemeanor less than $1,000. It was the vacuum that was like $250. It was a phone or a phone case or something like that.
along
and
those lines.
Some a wall or doorway, something like that. It was, clearly something happened in the house where some things got broken with Willie Gay. He served a 4-game suspension because of that. That was the misdemeanor, less than $1,000. This one originally reported as a felony, more than $25,000. And I'm like, good God, what did he drive a car off a cliff? And jump out? That was interesting. It clearly got amended. And so now the arraignment is today at 2:30. It got moved back an hour for Justin Ross. But the charges are now different. So instead of a felony a domestic violence criminal property damage, which is listed as domestic violence, it is now a misdemeanor criminal property damage of less than $1,000, but also a misdemeanor first offender domestic battery charge for Justin Ross. Again, both of those misdemeanors, both of those first offenders. And we'll see what happens today with the arraignment. And moving forward, the Chiefs are aware of the situation. We know that they will not comment at this time on that. We understand that they won't comment tomorrow. They'll let the legal process play out. I don't know what Justin Ross's future will be, immediate and long term, with the Kansas City Chiefs. The difference between Willie Gay and Justin Ross is the word battery included now. Mm-hmm. Domestic battery is a different level than domestic violence, criminal property damage. It isn't great if you are in a dispute or an argument or a fight that isn't physical, but you're breaking things around the house. That's still intimidation. It's still a lot of things that happen. It's not great decisions that are made. But then when hands are placed on somebody else, to what degree, we don't know. It is not aggravated battery, So it wasn't a felony charge, but it was, as the definition in Kansas, of knowingly or recklessly causing bodily harm to a person with whom the offender is involved, or knowingly causing physical contact with a person when done in a rude, insulting, or angry manner. That's domestic battery misdemeanor. So there was contact. To what degree, we don't know.